Ninjago is usually one of the best LEGO themes value-wise, as it's one of LEGO's original themes, meaning they have no licensing fees to pay and can give more to a set that a licensed theme would not be able to. However, that doesn't mean that there hasn't been some badly priced Ninjago sets. What's up everyone, Hfmasters here, and today we're going to take a look at some of the most overpriced Ninjago sets. First off, let's start off with a couple sets from this year. The first set I want to look at is the Ninja Team Combo Vehicle. This set is coming in at the hefty price of $90 US with only 576 pieces. And look, I know price per piece isn't everything, but with this set, it's enough. I mean, realistically, 30 of those pieces are those tread pieces, and there's also nothing popping out that screams huge expensive piece or mold, and it's also not really using any kind of prints. We can also compare this to other Ninjago sets coming out at similar prices. It's pretty clear that for the extra $10, you're getting a lot more value with Cole's Titan mech. We can also look at other $90 Ninjago sets for a more one-on-one comparison. Both Kai's Golden Dragon Raider and the Ninja Ultra Combo Mech were $90, and again, you're definitely getting a lot more with those sets. And by the way, this set looks awful split apart. The Lloyd vehicle looks so incomplete, which is just absolutely ridiculous for a $90 set. This set is honestly the Ninjago version of the Hoopty when it comes to a badly priced set. Another set from this year that is pretty roughly overpriced is Aaron's Ninja Off-Road Buggy Car. We're looking at a $50 set with 267 pieces, but unlike the Ninja Team Combo Vehicle, there are a couple larger size pieces here that I can see increasing the price a bit. The tires, the blue spoiler pieces are actually decently sized, but it's definitely not enough to justify the price point. Realistically, this is at most a $40 set, and even at that price point, I would probably still want a sale on it. We've seen plenty of Ninjago sets in the past that have offered pretty much what this set has, but there's been more parts and they've been priced at or even less than $40. So theoretically, you would lose some parts with the set to keep it at that $40 price point because of inflation, but nah, they decided let's throw it at $50, and honestly, I refuse to pay that price. And just to add some salt to the wound, there's another $50 set that's coming out this summer with about 400 more pieces and one more minifigure. This is a set that I still don't own, and I'm waiting for my targets to mass clearance like they did with the Oni Titan back in the day. Such a shame because even though this set is overpriced, it's got Climber Cole, who is such a cool figure, and unfortunately exclusive to this set. Now let's shift to some poorly priced sets that aren't available anymore. The first one I want to talk about is none other than Kai's Fire Dragon Evo. My brother is unfortunate enough to own this set, and let me tell you, he hates this one. The set originally retailed for $30 in the United States and has 204 pieces. The dragon is small, but some of the pieces are cool and larger, especially the wing pieces. And honestly, if the set had stayed at $30, it probably wouldn't be on this list. But you see, this set is one of those weird sets that LEGO decided to throw in a price increase 6 months after its release. Meaning if you decided you were going to wait this thing out and try to get it on a sale, you got absolutely screwed. Because this thing went up $5, making every sale pretty much the original retail price.
Bruh.
Honestly, the fact that LEGO decided they needed to increase the set by $5 6 months after it came out is just ridiculous. The price increase made sense for sets that had been out for years before and were still being produced, but for a set that had just come out, they were definitely just being greedy. And honestly, screw them for that. Seriously, just imagine paying $35 for this. Just a terrible price for this, and not at all justifiable, especially if you compare it to other $35 sets, like maybe Zane's Jet from Crystallize that came out, exactly one wave later, or Zane's Spinjitzu Spinner Car from Dragon's Rising. And although this set is now retired, its price has only gone down from the original $35, as there are plenty of listings on Bricklink selling this set new for less than retail. In fact, there's actually 50 listings. Alright, so we've done some modern sets, but that doesn't mean that older Ninjago sets weren't overpriced either. So for the next two sets, we're going to go all the way back to the ancient year of 2012. The first set I want to talk about is none other than Cole's Tread Assault. Back in 2012, this set retailed for $40, and if this came out today and retailed for $40, I don't think anyone would blink an eye. But if we use the handy dandy inflation adjuster, we'll see that $40 back in 2012 is about $55 today. So let me ask you, is this a $55 set? Very clearly it's not. And if the inflation adjuster isn't enough to sway your mind, let's go ahead and compare this set to another $40 set that came out around this time. The easiest one to look at is the Samurai Mech, since it came out the very next wave at the same price, and very clearly is a much better value just by using the eye test. It's pretty unfortunate that the price on this one is bad, because it's otherwise an excellent set with some nice functions and a decent minifigure selection, including the cheapest way to get any of the Serpentine Generals. The next overpriced set is none other than the Epic Dragon Battle. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you probably know how I feel about this set, but for those that are new, I'm not a big fan of this set, and part of the reasoning is the price. This was $120 back in the day, which when adjusted with inflation is $160 today. But let's just be nice and say LEGO would charge $150 for this set today. The value is just not there. And I know that a lot of people will probably have a hard time accepting this because they may not have been around at the time, but trust me, this set was really badly priced. I do recognize that there are a lot of large pieces and the 4 dragon head molds that do add up to the cost, but here's the thing, just compare this to any other 2012 Ninjago set and you're gonna see a lot of them had large pieces and are much more reasonably priced than this. I honestly believe that LEGO just thought they could charge more because of the Green Ninja hype and all the exclusive minifigures. I can also easily compare this set to the Fire Temple from the previous year just in case you don't trust the inflation adjustment, and it's still pretty clear that you were getting much more with the Fire Temple compared to this. Or perhaps I should use the Final Flight of the Destiny's Bounty, a set that came out 3 years later and still very clearly offers more and was the same price point. Now, obviously, the inflation adjuster is just a tool to see what old sets would cost today. Obviously, LEGO isn't charging us that much for similar sets, right? Well, why don't we jump back to 2022 and look at the crystallized Golden Ultra Dragon, which retailed for $150. And if you use an inflation calculator to see what something at $120 back in 2012 would cost in 2022, well, you'd get $150. So yeah, LEGO would absolutely screw us today. This is a set that a lot of people have very heavily criticized as being one of the most egregiously overpriced sets from a wave of overpriced sets. You're getting a little less than 1,000 pieces in this set, but you've got a lot of large parts and some nice dragon head molds. There's also some really solid exclusive minifigures. Basically, LEGO had just decided, let's run back the overpriced 4-headed dragon 10 years later. It's remarkable how both this set and the 2012 Ultra Dragon are so similar in terms of price point, cool exclusive minifigures, and of course having an Ultra Dragon. Although this set does have the benefit of being a more complete dragon, and of course this one can also be compared to other sets at this price point. The most one-on-one comparison would be comparing the Golden Ultra Dragon to the new Source Dragon in Motion, both of which are $150. We can also compare the Golden Ultra Dragon to the Hydra Bounty and ask if the Golden Ultra Dragon was really worth more money than the Hydra Bounty, and the same can be done with the Destiny's Bounty Race Against Time and ask, is the Golden Ultra Dragon worth $10 less than that? Ooh, it's the end of the video!